right, welcome to our third and final review of the evening. And this up is, well, a perennial staple of the channel, and that is a manga gamer visual novel. You know, you can always tell when they've been on our program lately because we're reviewing one of these. And this time, Kindred Spirits on the Roof, or more specifically, Kindred Spirits on the Roof full chorus.
I.e., with voice acting for more
yes.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Granted, you might not actually get that from the full chorus, because that sounds like the soundtrack listing.
Mm-hmm. Which it does also have a soundtrack player mode for all not that many tracks in the soundtrack.
Yeah, and I guess real quick for anybody new, I usually have these muted because we don't feel like dealing with copyright claims from Japanese artists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, the difference is that pretty much all of between this and previous versions of this is that pretty much all of the actual spoken dialogue is voiced. Though this being a visual novel, there is an awful lot of internal monologue that is not voiced still.
On account of internal monologue.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And there are a lot of characters.
Yep. Well, this is a kind of an odd romance genre, but this is a matchmaker story basically. So you get lots of different characters. It's different from a harem because you're not involved in any of them until like maybe very near the end. But
just don't speak anymore on that.
Yeah, I didn't get far enough to know. The intent is never for you to be involved in any of them. It's just that, there are lots of characters because you're trying to fix people up. Yeah. And you're not doing it because you just feel like it. You're doing it because two ghosts told you to.
And they are... and this is a Yuri visual novel. An adult Yuri visual novel at that.
Yeah, the title in Japanese is actually a pun on it. The Japanese word for ghost is yurei, and one of the ghosts comes up with the term yuride, which is what is translated as kindred spirits. But it basically means lesbian ghost.
Yeah. This is also kind of where we get Yuritopia.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's a discussion at the beginning of the game about you two girls. So you're in love with. So you're like lesbians, and they're like, I don't really like that. I don't know what. Well, the one who's from freaking 1930 doesn't know what the word means, and the one who's from 1980 doesn't think it's a pretty enough word. So they decide they like Yuri best because that means lilies, which are pretty.
Right, and that does have, and that's like the old connotation. I mean, in fact, Yuri means what, tribe of the lilies or something like that.
It's literally the word for lily.
Yeah. So, yeah. So all of the relations here are all girls.
It's an all-girls school.
Yes. It's if you're familiar with the genre, it's about the most vanilla of locations you could get. Like a private, girls' academy.
I think the only step up would be a Catholic girls' academy.
Thereabouts. So it's not exactly looking to break any molds in terms of what the Yuri genre offers. Even the whole kindred spirits thing, well, there's a bit of baggage there. The whole, it's like if you know the history of queer, not just like fiction.
Yeah, Japan has very specific things about how it's okay to have romantic friendships with other girls as long as you grow the heck out of it as soon as you graduate.
Well, I'm talking more about the dead lesbian trope, which is
that too. Yeah, I guess have lesbian ghosts. That does mean that there were some lesbians that were killed, doesn't it?
Yes.
Although ironically, like I said, one of them is from 1930s, the other one's from 1980s. So Yeah, the more modern one fell in love with the ghost and then died of illness.
Well,
The first one, I think, died like trying to save the life of the girl she had a crush on.
something. It's a bit more complicated than that.
Yeah.
It's like, and
I didn't get as far as I wanted to in this.
Well, I didn't get it as far as I wanted to, and I played it for like 16 hours. Like, this is this is a long visual novel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, at the beginning of the game, the character you're playing as eats a candy and then can see ghosts. And then the ghosts basically say, "Hey, we like other girls, and there are a lot of other girls in this school who like other girls who are having trouble with it. So you're going to help us set them up, right? That would be very nice. And also, if you don't, maybe we'll curse you."
Yeah, and just kind of goes along with it because, well, in all honesty, if she didn't, we wouldn't have a visual novel, now would we?
Well, I mean, also they were writing on the chalkboard in blood, and only she could see it. So
yes, it's legitimate that the first one was to get them to shut up, and then she kind of felt good about helping, so she kind of went along with it a little longer.
She's a helper.
Yeah.
No.
Indeed.
Like, and there are a lot of relationships, not all in the same school, by the way. I'm trying to think of the one of the ones takes place outside the school. The rocker one.
Oh yeah, the delinquent kind of.
Yeah, Yoka and Aru.
And
yeah. She's a it's a very contrasty love paradigm. She is a messy, chaotic rock musician. The other one is on the disciplinary committee.
Prim proper model student.
It's almost sitcom material here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the way that it's set up is that you do segments of the main story, which is your character helping with other couples and stuff. And then after you do those, you unlock separate scenes where your character isn't actually present that cover the stories of those couples you've been helping before and after you help them.
So it's time for a rant. I've been holding this one back, but it has to be addressed. This game has a teacher-student relationship.
Which is also kind of a big thing for this genre.
Well, it's not just this genre. It's like, it doesn't really matter the genre. This shit can go die in a fire. Mm-hmm. Because we're talking about a teacher, and we're talking about a high school student. It's like, do I have to fucking draw the diagram even further? Like,
which, even if the high school student is actually 18, that's still an age and power gap.
Yeah. It's like, it's like, I'll be honest, I did not pay attention to word one of this fucking relationship because, I cannot fucking stand teacher-student relationships because I understand that, 9 times out of 10, it's a problem because of the power gap. And you've also got, it's a high school. They try to justify it. But, who the fuck is buying an 18-year-old teacher at a high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
Anime is weird about what age people are allowed to do what jobs.
I'm aware of that.
The teacher-student relationships are even weirder when the teacher is 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had to bring that up, didn't you? God fucking damn it.
It's like, it's got another questionable relationship with the freshman senior, basically. I know that's not exactly what's going on here. It's still first year, third year.
Uh-huh.
There's a bit of an age gap, but, it's not as bad as, you throw out the word teacher, student, that's a red fucking flag.
And a felony in, most places.
Right.
Yeah.
Usually for good cause.
Probably not in Japan, actually, but yeah.
I'm like, still, it's like, keep in mind it's got a relationship of that paradigm. It is not the worst thing in the universe. It's just, this is a problem thing for many people. I mean, now in terms of actual content rating, yes, there's nudity. There are sex scenes in terms of text. Like, there's some CG stuff.
It takes a while to get to those, but it is there.
Yeah, it's like that's all at like the back. That's why we can stream this. It's like, it's like in playing in 16 hours, I didn't see anything. So.
Yeah, we're going on the creators' words on this.
Well, not so much the creators.
Not the creators, the distributors.
Yeah, it's like big difference there.
Sorry, yeah, I misspoke.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
So as a visual novel, as far as visual novels go, this one is pretty much linear. Multiple lines, but you don't have a lot of input in it. Mostly you choose which scenes to see when, although there apparently are some dialogue choices that you get that determine whether or not you get certain extra scenes.
Yeah. It's linear, although and a lot of the side content isn't actually side content, because how this works is you go through the main story and you'll unlock chapters from the couple's perspective. It's like main perspective is Toomey the ghosts and Toomey's living friends. The alternate perspective are the couples you are helping, and you unlock those chapters by going through the story, and then you have to play the alternate perspective before you can move on from a month.
Right.
This game takes place over the course of the majority of a year. It starts in April, if I'm remembering correctly, and it goes all the way to November.
So pretty much spring term.
Yeah, spring term to fall term. You will also be doing stuff in the summer break. In fact, that's about where I stopped. Before the big camping thing occurs. It's weird to say because, you're helping, like Toomey's helping out a club by cooking, but she's not actually part of the club. It is to help out one of the couples, the track team, who I suppose it should be mentioned, they're an actual couple even before the story starts. They've actually been going out for years. So if at the very least, there is a lot of variance to the Yuri stories. Like,
having a lot of different couples, and you have a good reason to be observing the stories of different couples, I guess.
Right. And once again, this is a visual novel that is going to last you a long time.
Yeah.
I couldn't really put a time figure on it. But it's gonna.
I kept seeing playtimes somewhere along the lines of 25 to 30 hours.
That sounds about right. Like, that's not really getting into extra stuff.
Yeah.
This game is pretty friendly. It defaulted to windowed mode. It has lots of options for different settings of volume, different volumes of different parts of it, and options for speed and skipping and stuff. So that's nice.
Yeah, and so DLC package. This game actually comes with, aside from the soundtrack and the full chorus updates, should you have bought this, like back in the day. It's like, I think if you buy it like now, you get that baseline. But more to the point here, Steam has the Kindred Spirits Complete Collection, which is the drama CDs. Now, this is something you don't really see all that often.
Especially since
Indeed.
drama CDs are usually, in Japanese.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they have been translated, and at
Do you
least
just get a text translation with the audio, or is it actually dubbed?
I don't know, because we weren't gifted the drama CDs. So
we were they're in the games directory.
Oh, okay. I completely missed that.
You just go into local files, you'll find them there, and they're both in audio only and video, which is where the subtitles are.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so that's convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And each of the drama CDs focuses on one of the various couplings.
Actually, they focus on multiple couples in some of the videos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, admittedly, once again, the drama CDs were something I really had time to focus on. But so yeah, there is quite a bit of DLC for this, and that clocks into the prices. So just to get the base game, it's on sale it's 50% off right now, which is actually a good price. Because this game alone clocks in at $34.99. The DLC, the Kindred Spirits on the Roof full chorus update, is going to be $10. The soundtrack is going to be $5, on sale for $3.49 currently. So the DLC is going to be $13.48.
Which, I mean, the soundtrack is not. There's 15 tracks. It's not a ton. I guess I would probably get the game first, and if you like the soundtracks, then get the soundtrack.
Yeah. So
it does have vocal and instrumental versions of a few things.
Yeah. And the drama CDs are all $10 each. So the Kindred Spirits Complete Collection bundle is going to clock in at $80.95. Or if you're buying off in a sale like here, it's 55% off, $36.40. I'm going to say that's probably the optimal price for this. For the entire bundle. It's full price, the whole thing. $80 is a steep ask.
It's actually saying we don't have the drama CDs from the thing, but there are drama CDs in the local file, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, however that works.
At least one of them I see, because QC Radio is one of them. But the other ones, the names don't line up, but I don't know what they are, so.
Yeah. As far as buying the complete collection goes, it's a bit hard to recommend unless you're really into this, because those drama CDs are kind of pricey.
Yeah, I'd probably do the thing where you get the base game and then pick up the other ones on sale if you like the base game.
Yeah.
Even buying the full chorus DLC has a bit of a hardcore edge to it, because that just adds, more voices. That's just the kind of thing somebody's, who is very into this would do. So, or it's on a pretty good discount like it is at time of recording. But baseline, I'd say actually forgo the DLC and just get the base game. As far as the base game goes, it's once again, $34 is a lot for is on the higher end of visual novels, but I do think you'll get your money's worth. It's just you kind of have to be into this thing that they are offering.
It looks like most of the drama CDs are probably postscripts also, so.
Right.
Or they're not you don't need the drama things to play the game or anything, so.
Yeah. No, it's drama CDs are usually postscript or middle stuff.
Yeah.
It's drama CDs are pretty hardcore things, even for Japan.
Yeah.
So if important.
Although I guess they're less hardcore in Japan than they are. I mean, they're common in Japan, so.
Well, they are, but they're still supplementary materials. When I'm getting.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's not a supplementary material. It's just I'm surprised at how much it's a thing. I guess it's because they respect their voice actors a little bit more.
That's a debate for another day.
Okay, that's probably the wrong phrase for what I meant anyway, but yeah.
Anyway, so as a visual novel, this is a pretty solid offering. Not amazing. Like
it's mostly on the cute end.
Yeah, like it's not full on say moe blob, but it's going for the adorable side of things. Like it's got a pretty distinctive art style as well, so it gets marks for that. Like that is something that's happened with other visual novels. It's like this looks like a thing that doesn't really look like any other thing. Not naming names, but its art is good, which is actually really important for it's a visual novel. In terms of actual production value, fairly medium. They've got all the voice acting in there now, but don't expect any like full CG scenes or any actual like movement.
Yeah.
It's like, but it does also have a beginning song sung by the like voice cast. Which some visual novels don't do. It's like, you can actually tell a lot about the production, the range of visual novels by these kind of production values. We've played enough of these to find this out. Yeah. So, anyway, solid recommendation. Any other things to say about Kindred Spirits on the Roof?
I might go back to it, which is fairly high praise for an actual visual novel.
Indeed.
Yeah, I might go back to that at some point myself, and I enjoyed it from what I've read. And
I've already deleted it because I don't have.
Well, yeah, you have a lot more of a grind for this than I do, and me going back to it is predicated on me having time in the future for it. But I mean, I enjoyed the story.
Again, I'm not a big visual novel person myself, so take that as you will.
All right, then. So that'll about do it for this installment of the Fragments of Silicon reviews. The week ahead, no interview this Tuesday, though we may be having one the week after. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, on Wednesday, February 13th, we will be having Andrea Doyon of Allison Smith. They bill themselves as a transmedia storytelling studio. So very heavy on the narrative and hacking. Not the first time we've had this kind of thing on the show before, weirdly enough.
Is that Alice and Smith or Alice on the Smith?
Alice and Smith.
Okay.
It's got an ampersand in it.
I can't hear ampersands.
Apparently not. Right then. Anyway, so until Wednesday, let's see. Yeah, and we'll be talking about games such as Night Team 4, like enlist as an elite cyber warfare agent. Like, gotta admit, don't know a lot about this because it's in early access and we haven't been given any codes or anything. So it's always fun. But yeah, until Wednesday, I shall wish you good gaming.